Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of Deep Fat Fried. So good to see everybody out there in the universe.
That is indeed what this is, isn't it?
Yet
another episode of Deep Fat Fried.
Yeah, it is.
That vile, racist, right-wing podcast.
Yeah.
I think it should have been kicked off of YouTube years ago. Years ago.
And when we say podcast, there's, of course, three parentheses on both sides of that.
And the stupid, fat, neck-bearded alt-right hosts have just been lingering around like a canker sore on YouTube for the longest time. And it's just like, why don't they dab some medicine on that, you know? But nobody ever does.
I hear what you're saying, and I feel you, but I just want to know where you got that fluffy hat.
Dude, I knew somebody was going to bring up the hat. I got to tell you, man, it's just comfortable. It's actually my girlfriend's hat.
It's actually a beautiful hat.
Yeah, it looks like something Jacqueline Onassis would wear. So,
yeah, you look good.
You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be shocked if you saw an old archival picture of Jackie O walking around like a Macy's or something, flanked by the Secret Service wearing this hat.
All right. Yeah, enough of this bullshit. Let's get down to the fucking meat of the matter. The Jews. The Jews, sir.
Oh, my God. Here we go again.
It's time. We're an alt-right podcast. We got to talk about the Jews.
Anti-Semitism has always boggled my fucking mind. It has always boggled my mind. I don't know how there's this enclave of weirdos that think that the Jews are like the puppet masters of history. And they've, you know what I mean? I don't understand. Like, I get the joke.
Even if they are, then, like, aren't racists supposed to, like, view other races as inferior? If you're saying the Jews run and control everything and always have, that means they're the superior race, right?
Well, no.
So you should, like, sublimate yourself to them. Like, yeah.
No.
Our Jews are our masters.
Because the Jews are not superior. What the Jews are superior at are undesirable traits.
Well, if they're running the world, I mean,
no. They're running the world because they are so driven by their greed,
right?
Their avarice.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Right. No, that's the racist perspective.
If I personally came to the conclusion the Jews are running the entire world, I would instantly be like, man, how do I get in good with the Jews? I wouldn't be like, fuck the Jews, man. I'd be like, man, these Jews, they got it down.
Well, that would be
I need to get in with these motherfuckers.
You'd be coming at it from a perspective of somebody that, isn't indoctrinated to fear.
But I've always been a Jew inside. I've always been an internal Jew. So
I won't go as far as to say,
I'm a transracial Jew. So
I'm no Jew, but I've always liked Jews.
Did you guys hear about that that moron, that girl that she was with the alt-right and she shit her pants or something at a party? That's how she got famous. She's some alt-right person. It just leaked now. The reason I'm bringing it up is there's some private group chat that leaked with them talking about how they hate Jews and everything. And they talk exactly like that. Everything's about the Jews. I can't remember her fucking name for life because she's not relevant to me.
Yeah, people ask me about her sometimes. I can't remember her fucking name either.
Yeah, but
she's like I think she's like the gun chick. She's like she brought the guns to the schools and stuff.
I can't remember her fucking name for life. But anyways,
assert her right to do it or whatever.
Poopy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Caitlin Bennett?
Yes,
that sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah,
but she's one of those Jew-hating types. They had some conversation leak where it's her and I guess her fiance or her boyfriend or whatever, and some other people in the group just the damn Jews. They're a fucking Jew if they reported us and shit like that. They're just going off on some unhinged Jew shit. It's oh man, you guys are just you're fucking putting all your eggs in one basket. For all the bullshit in the world, they're the world's fucked up. Why? That's they fucking had a little fucking lottery thing that popped out.
Jews.
All right. It's the fucking Jews.
It's the Jews.
They always get caught.
There's going to be egg on our face when it turns out it really is the Jews, man.
I mean, but
when the curtain fucking is revealed, uh-oh.
Spielberg walks out.
Damn it, alt-right was right all along.
What's going to happen, dude? Steven Spielberg's going to come on stage one day, the Academy Awards, some big event. Well, they used to be a big event. So we'll just say the Academy Awards are still a big event in this universe. Oh, guys, a little film the Jews produced for you. We're what? And it's all those people on the alt-right and Hitler and everyone else? They were actually right. The Jews have done it all. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Spielberg's gonna walk out and be like, "It's time to drop the veil." And he's gonna rip his mask off. It's gonna be Palpatine under there.
Fuck, dude.
You will now serve the Jews.
Separate Jew from Gentile. The new paradigm has begun.
Uh-oh.
Like,
Richard Spencer's like, tried to warn you. God damn it.
Actually, if you're smart, your reaction to that will be, oy vey.
I've always been Jewish. We all know that. Remember that time I talked about being Jewish?
L'chaim. Yeah, I need to start practicing my Jewish word pronunciation, man.
You just got to like do a lot of stuff in the back of your throat.
You got to get real phlegmy.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. L'chaim.
Yeah, I need to learn to speak throatier.
Yep.
Thus concludes the rant about the Jews. Da-da-da-bum-ba-dum-bum.
Bad YouTube yet again. All right.
Yeah, you know, YouTube will show up and be like, this seems anti-Semitic. Banned. Fuck, man.
I know.
Stupid bastards. Learn
This
some
might
nuance.
have to be a patron episode.
Yeah. Just because of our Jew rant at the beginning. Don't want it to fucking... Uh-oh. Yeah, so...
So I told you, I know I told you guys tonight's episode is about what's your favorite, type of pie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not about pie.
She's my cherry pie. Wait, what?
It's not about pie. Sorry.
So you mean that 2-day pie binge I did for research was all for naught, Scotty?
Yeah, it was. I
apologize. Right.
I don't really apologize because you guys got to eat pie.
Apologize.
Tonight's episode is something I think now we have to face. We faced down a lot of these lesser people. Bernie versus Biden, that's done. Klobuchar versus Buttigieg, that's done. We gotta get to the real contest. The real contest.
The
gentlemen.
meat.
Trump versus Biden. The Dementialympics is about to fucking begin.
Fucking holy shit.
Tonight,
oh boy,
we pit two septuagenarians in a contest to settle once and for all who is the champion of the Dementialympics. In a campaign where the older, more you ramble, and less sense you make is a path to victory. These two titans will do battle to determine who is in fact the champion, undisputed, and undeniably the king of America, and the champion of the Dementialympics, or as we know it, the 2020 presidential election.
Oh boy.
I'm down.
Here we go.
So first off, who said it? These guys both ramble and say wacky shit. Let's see if you guys can guess who said that. And by the way, one of these answers or more might have actually been said by Hillary Clinton. Good luck.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So there's some Hillary shit thrown in too, huh?
Yeah, there's a spoiler effect. So there are some Hillary answers.
All right.
Tell you that.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna try really hard at this. I'm really gonna fucking.
So should we just are you gonna keep score against, or are we just? Is it just like for fun?
This is just for fun.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, as a total aside, I do have both of your guys' prizes from the last competition.
Sweet, bring it.
I will. So quote number 1: I have a great relationship with the blacks. Who said it?
I have a great relationship with the blacks.
Was it Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or Hillary Rodham Clinton, TJ?
I know it wasn't Hillary. Hillary's a little bit more deft than that.
I think it was. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this was Biden. I've done my internal computations. I've ruled out Hillary Clinton. I'm locking in on Biden on this one.
I'm saying Trump.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Final answer.
All right. It is actually Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump's appearance on Talk 1300 radio show in New York in 2011. The show's host, Fred Dicker, who was also the New York Post state editor, read a recent poll showing Obama's sky-high support among African Americans. And this is basically one of Trump's replies. I mean, it was longer than that, but essentially it's what he said.
Cool.
Got it.
All right, here's
it's pretty shocking that could have been pretty much. I would have been okay with it being any one of them.
Yeah,
like I could see any one of the 3 possible candidates saying that. So,
well, that's the point.
I could not see Hillary saying that, honestly, but
I don't know.
She could have.
I could see her on one of those fucking.
I can see her saying
morning rap talk shows that she goes on when she's campaigning and shit, and pulling some hot sauce out of her purse and talking to me. I could see her doing it.
I think she'd be like, I have always been an ally to the African American community. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she might be.
She's a political opportunist at the
I think she'd be a little bit smarter about how she said it, at least. But whatever.
The sentiment's the same, though.
Yeah.
I was always a Jew. So let's do the next one. I stopped in Singapore to meet with a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
The wisest man in the Orient, dude. Okay.
It's gonna be tough.
Here's the fucked up thing. My mind was like, it's the old guy. You know, that was the first answer my mind came up with, but they're all fucking old.
Right.
So yeah, the question remains: who said it? Was it Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or Hillary Clinton?
Read
Biden.
It one more time.
That's Biden. I'm locked in on Biden.
Read it one more to meet with a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
Biden.
Yeah, I think it's too multisyllabic to be Trump, and I think it's too politically unaware to be Hillary. So I'm going to go Biden as well.
You guys got it. Biden used the outdated term for Asia when referring to the former prime minister of Singapore during a Get Out the Vote rally in Iowa in 2014. Just hours earlier, he apologized for using the term Shylocks to describe unscrupulous lenders in a previous speech.
Jesus. Back to back Joe Biden gaffes. Wow. Shylocks. He didn't know you couldn't call people you couldn't call Jewish people Shylocks. He didn't know the implication of that.
He didn't know that. It's Joe Biden for you, though.
Okay.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do. I suspect I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you like, Frank.
Trump. He's always talking about his IQ. I got to think it's Trump.
Yeah, my gut says it's Trump, but read it one more time. I don't want to hear the phrasing.
I think I'd probably have a much higher IQ than you do. I suspect that's ellipsis, so it's ... I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you like, Frank.
That's got to be Trump, dude. I'm going Trump. It might be.
You know what? Because there's nothing at stake. I'm gonna because it might be Trump. My gut says Trump, but my heart says Hillary. So I'm gonna say Hillary.
Okay. Final answers.
Final answers.
Yep. This is Biden.
Fuck. Oh shit, we're both wrong.
Biden made the remarks responding to a question about his academic record during a campaign stop in New Hampshire during his 1987 presidential campaign. In his response, he also misstated his record, saying that he received full academic scholarship to law school, although his campaign later said it was a partial scholarship based on need. By the way, Joe Biden dropped out of the 1988 presidential race because of allegations of plagiarism, which were actually true. Just if you're wondering.
Yeah.
All right. You guys through a loop. I when I was doing this, I'm like, I want ones that are going to confuse them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you did a good job so far. We're like 50-50 on these so far.
So here's quote number 4. I punched my music teacher because I didn't think he knew anything about music, and I almost got expelled. I'm not proud of it, but it's clear evidence that even early on, I had a tendency to stand up and make my opinions known in a very forceful way.
That's got to be Biden.
Okay, there's no way that's Trump. The phrasing is all wrong for a Trump quote. And I can't imagine that Hillary Clinton's running around bragging about punching somebody.
Yeah, that's got to be Biden. That's got to be.
It's got to be Joe.
Okay, this is Trump.
What?
I'm sorry.
So wait a minute.
And I look. So let me read it to you. Trump recounted the anecdote about a time in second grade when he said he gave his teacher a black eye in his 1987 book, The Art of the Deal, which is famously ghostwritten, but
so really that was a quote by whoever ghost wrote Trump's
that was
book.
Dirty. That's dirty.
You did us dirty on that one.
Same thing.
You know what? It wasn't even the wording that fucking threw me for a loop. It made me think it had to be Biden. It was the fact that like I had trouble even imagining Trump caring about music to the point where he'd punch anybody over it. So.
And I guess Trump later downplayed this. In a 2016 interview with the Washington Post, he downplayed the incident, saying, when you're at that age, nobody punches very hard. So he's saying it was like, it was a weak punch.
Didn't he say give him a black eye before?
I mean, let's see. I punched my music teacher because I didn't think he knew anything
say
about
it there,
music.
but you said something about it in whatever. Fine.
I don't think you gave him a black eye. I mean, he was like in second grade, dude.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, you couldn't even reach his eye, unless you stand on something.
I cannot believe that a Frenchman visiting Kiev went back home and didn't say he discovered the most beautiful woman in the world. That's my observation. It's certain you have so many beautiful women.
Fuck. All right, so that sounds like Trump, but that makes me think it's not Trump.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it can't be Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary's not. Well, no.
Well, can we hear it again? Let me hear it one more time.
Okay. I cannot believe that a Frenchman visiting Kiev went back home and didn't say he discovered the most beautiful women in the world. That's my observation. It's certain you have so many beautiful women.
All right, it sounds like Trump, so I feel like it's got to be Biden to trick us. So I'm going Biden.
It could just be Trump, though.
No, it's Biden, man. You're fucking with us.
I'm going with Trump. It just sounds too much like Trump to me.
It sounds exactly like Trump, which is why I think it has to be Biden.
Well, we'll see.
It is Biden.
Yes!
By the way, no one knows who the Frenchman he's referring to. That's not really clear. No one really knows what that was about. But yeah, it is actually Joe Biden that said this. So our next one. What I'm trying to do is go around town. What I'm trying to do is go around from town to town. And I'm drawing a big of crowds, bigger than anybody. Have you seen anybody draw bigger crowds than me here in this state?
Once again, this is one that sounds like Trump braggadociousness, but could also be Biden.
I mean, it can't be Biden because he doesn't draw crowds anywhere. But then he might just be lying. I mean, this just totally sounds like a Trump quote.
This also could be Hillary.
Maybe this is the Hillary spoiler that's been thrown in. I'm going with Hillary. It's Hillary.
Hillary? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of had like a gut feeling about Hillary on this one.
All right. So that's your guys' answer? Hillary. All right. It is, in fact, Joe Biden again.
Fuck.
Damn.
Biden made the remarks while campaigning in Iowa in August. Fox News reporter Steve Ducey then responded that he had seen bigger crowds in Des Moines, prompting Biden to respond, I know you're going to go after me no matter what I do. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But I noticed that you didn't ask me why I'm still heading the polls.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
We have a lot of kids who don't know what works means. They think work is a 4-letter word.
That's Hillary. I'm going to go with Hillary. I think that's the Hillary spoiler. It's been thrown in.
Can you read it one more time for me?
We have a lot of kids who don't know what works means. They think work is a 4-letter word.
Biden.
Hillary.
It is Hillary.
Yes! I smelled that bitch on that one.
Oh. Hey, you don't know how many Hillarys. I didn't tell you how many Hillarys are in here.
It's just that one.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Quote number, next quote. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Okay, this one I know. This one I know for a fact. Okay. I've seen the video of this quote. So I'll abstain and I'll let TJ suss this one out.
Buy dump.
Buy dump.
That's correct.
Yeah, I'm Biden. I don't know.
Oh, well, I thought that you already answered. We said buy dump. No, it is actually Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a famous clip of him talking to an Indian guy about Delaware, and he goes like, "Oh, you can't even go to a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent." Not joking. And the Indian guy's kind of like, "All right, well, we still support you, Joe." So whatever. The United Nations is not a friend of democracy. It's not a friend to freedom. It's not a friend even to the United States of America, where, as we all know, it has a home, and it surely isn't a friend to Israel.
Oh, my God.
All right, so it's not Hillary. Hillary's not going to criticize the United Nations. Trump really does have a hard-on for Israel. So does Biden, though.
I mean, they both do. That's the whole point of this.
I think Trump has the bigger Israel hard-on and is more likely to just be like, the United Nations is bullshit. But then I feel like maybe I'm being misled and this is Biden again.
Who can say, TJ?
I'll say Trump.
My answer is man is a thetan, a spirit, not this bag of flesh.
All right, good answer. So L. Ron Hubbard is right. But failing that, Trump said this, which followed a speech he made in 2005 as a commercial development expert before a Senate subcommittee. At the time, he was looking into the growing cost of renovations of the UN headquarters in New York. So that's why he said it, basically.
Damn. What the fuck, dude?
But let me tell you, we can build a fence 40 stories high, unless you change the dynamic in Mexico, and you'll not like this, and punish American employers who knowingly violate the law when, in fact, they hire illegals. Unless you do these two things, all the rest is window dressing.
Okay, so Trump is out. This can't. If this is a Trump quote, I'm going to be shocked beyond shocked.
This is Hillary again.
This sounds like Hillary, but it might be Biden. I'm gonna go with Hillary.
It is Biden that said this.
Oh my fucking god!
I could have swore I smelled that bitch on this one, but I guess
you did.
I guess I detected a false odor.
Well, the wall one was the 40 stories high thing was really trying to trip you guys up too. It was like,
well, I knew there's no way it was Trump because it was too obviously sounded like Trump.
Well, it was too long a thought, and it was too lucid all the way through.
Should have truncated a little bit. Then I got over the loop.
Plus, I never think Trump would talk about punishing businesses that hire illegals because he's done it, and he's not going to do anything that's anti-business. So,
of course not. I don't want to shut my eyes on national television. Who said it?
Okay, so my immediate impulse is to say it's Biden because it's just that level of like,
Yeah, it does sound like a Biden stumble. But whatever. I mean, if I vote with TJ, there's just less chance that we're right. So.
Maybe I don't know if I just have a hard on for Hillary, but I kind of feel like this is maybe his Hillary.
Yeah, you do have a hard on for Hillary
because I keep guessing her, and I'm keep being wrong.
I like some Young Hill myself, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's too easy for it to be Joe Biden. It's too easy for it to be Trump. I feel like it's got to be Hillary. But that's the last time I'm guessing it. Even if I feel it again, I'm just going to ignore my impulse next time. It was a short one.
Can you read it one more time, Scotty?
Okay, sure. I don't want to shut my eyes on national television.
I'm going to go with Biden.
It really sounds like Biden, but that's why I think it can't be Biden.
It just sounds like Biden.
Okay, so final answers?
Yep.
Hillary.
Yes! I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I felt her presence. I felt it coming. I guessed her a little too early a few times, but I knew it. I knew she was in there again.
Like, there's a disturbance in the force.
I sense an evil that I haven't felt in quite some time. All right.
No dream is too big. No challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach.
So some inspirational pap. No dream. No
dream is too big. No challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach.
So there's nothing really wrong with this one. It's just kind of crappy inspirational politician speak. It sounds very Hillary-esque, but that's why it's definitely not going to be Hillary again.
I mean, it might.
No.
We might be on a Hillary run.
I got to say, I think this is Trump. I think this is Trump trying to sound inspiring.
The thickness, though.
Get up. Come on, get down with the thickness. This is Trump, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
He's trying to fucking distract us with its like almost eloquence.
Too much. It sounds like Hillary, though.
Yeah, that's why it's Trump.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in on Hillary again because this just sounds like fucking Hillary.
It is Trump.
Oh my God, TJ's way better at this than I am.
Yeah, TJ's like, TJ. You know what? We might be. You might have to end up being our like senile dementia interpreter, dude.
Maybe. Part of me, you know what? It's really not. I'm not even really playing the quotes. I'm playing Scotty. I'm thinking like, how is Scotty trying to misdirect me?
I've already fooled you a number of times, though, TJ.
Yeah, I know, but I'm getting better. I'm getting wiser to your ways.
Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say, without boring you too long at breakfast, you all look dull as hell, I might add. The dullest audience I've ever spoken to. Just sitting here, staring at me, pretending like you like me.
One of them said that to a bunch of people?
That, I'm going to tell you right now, that's Joe Biden. No human being other than Joe Biden could have said that. And if it turns out that it's not Joe Biden and someone else said it, then Scotty is lying. That is a Joe Biden quote. 100% locked in. Final answer.
I mean, he is combative with his audience in a way that these other two I haven't. Well, I mean, Trump is too, but not the whole audience usually. He'll like pick out dissenters.
Trump might be if Trump's speaking before like an audience of journalists or something, he might say something as snarky as this. But this just reeks to me of Joe Biden. I just don't think.
Yeah, this could be a quote from the fucking
like some press gala or something where he's
press dinner.
Yeah, but I don't think he would phrase it like that. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is Scotty misdirection, but I just feel like this inexorably has to be fucking Biden.
All right, I'm gonna go with Trump. Just to I'm going to say that this was Trump.
It is Biden. This is in quote teasing a crowd of Turkish American and Azerbaijan American Obama donors.
I knew it was Biden, dude. I just like the second I heard it, I'm like, I cannot envision.
That's crazy.
I can't envision a single human being on the face of the earth other than Joe Biden saying that quote. That's
sure.
Okay, we got how much more left? One.
Yep, we got one more. You can't have open borders. You've got to put more technology and personnel along the borders to make sure we know who how who is coming into our country and prevent people from entering illegally.
All right, do that one again.
Yeah, because it's a really weird thing they put in there. I guess they didn't put it in there, but that's just the quote. You can't continue to have open borders. You've got to put more technology and personnel along the border to make sure we know who is coming into our country and prevent people from entering illegally.
Okay. I think Trump's out on this one. It doesn't sound like a Trump quote to me. But that leaves I want to say it's Biden. But my instincts have been bad on this. It just sounds like a Biden brain reboot.
Would Scotty end with another Hillary quote? Because I'm detecting. Read it one more time, please.
You can't continue to have open borders. You've got to put more technology and personnel along the border to make sure we know who is coming into our country and prevent people from entering illegally.
That's Hillary Clinton.
Oh, he's taking the stab at it. Okay, well,
I'm not 100%.
I'm sticking to my guns.
I detect the faintest whiff of Hillary. It's got to be her.
I'm saying it's Joe Biden.
God damn you, TJ. It's fucking Hillary.
I knew that bitch. Oh, do I know that bitch? Do I know that fucking bitch, dude?
I saw it in his eyes. He Googled this shit.
I didn't. What? My hands have been on the fucking screen the whole time.
Fucking goddamn hands. You cheating son of a bitch,
Listen,
TJ.
hold on. Let me ask you this. Can you hear when I type?
No, I can't hear it.
No? Okay, well, I guess that doesn't vindicate you then. But
what you do with your phone, dude? You're having your phone.
Yeah, and you could have had your phone down
my
there
phone is in my
it.
pocket. Whatever. I don't have nothing. I haven't looked at nothing. Fuck you. I just knew that was fucking Hillary, dude.
I smell collusion. I think this is another Kirk Brothers setup again.
It'd be funny as fuck if it was. But it's not. Dude, I'm just better.
So thus we end our quote section.
Cool.
And I put to you guys both to award this round to Biden or Trump.
What are you asking us to do?
I want you to pick a winner.
Pick a winner?
There has to be a winner of an event.
So who won this round of the Dementialympics? I don't know.
I think Joe Biden won it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot more head scratcher quotes came out of him than anybody else.
Yeah, I would have to give him a tie. Can I give him a tie, or do I have to choose?
You gotta choose, man.
All right, I'll throw in with Paul. I'll do Biden.
All right. This is actually 10 signs of 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's.
You can just go ahead and add it to the document. I have the Google Doc.
Oh man.
So
I wonder how many of these I'm going to have. This is not good.
I think it's important to learn the warning signs of this because, how can we identify something if we don't even know what the hell we're talking about?
So, 1, memory loss.
Okay.
So, let's see. Has Joe Biden demonstrated memory loss? Or Paul's just taking it for himself out down there? Uh-oh.
Oh, number 10 is we're looking for Paul.
I'm 1 for 1 so far.
All right, so memory loss. I can't. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say if Joe Biden or Donald Trump has experienced memory loss.
Yeah, well, we'll see that later on.
Okay.
Okay. Difficulty with your tasks. I mean, maybe.
Oh, Joe Biden definitely is showing signs of having difficulty performing familiar tasks. Like, because go watch him in a debate. Even like 10 years ago versus now, and it's like
times 2.
Problems with language.
Both of them.
Both of them have that. Disorientation to time and place, so they don't remember where they're at. Yeah, we've seen that numerous times. Poor or decreased judgment. Ooh, definitely seen this one.
Both of them, yeah.
Problems keeping track of things. Ooh, we're gonna see a lot more of that later.
Oh, really?
Misplaced things. Well, obviously this one we kind of see, but I mean, it's hard to know that one. Changes in mood and behavior. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yep.
Trouble with images and spatial relationships. I don't know about that one. Withdrawal from work or social activities. Where was Joe Biden for all this time? Yeah.
I don't know.
Where's Trump with his press conferences until the coronavirus? Strange.
Yeah.
How about
other
you, Paul?
news, I have 6 out of 10 of these.
Yeah,
Paul's got dementia. Paul's got dementia.
Yeah.
Cool.
The great thing about having dementia, Paul, is that in about 5 minutes, you won't even remember you have it anymore.
Yeah. I won't remember I have what?
Exactly. Dementia. Who's this?
Thus, TJ, the quote section has come to an end.
Right. That already happened.
Yes, TJ. I understand that.
So what's this?
TJ.
Which one of them is this? Is this Trump or Biden? It's like more like Biden.
Well, you're not guessing that, TJ.
All right. Well, who is it?
When I was doing this episode, TJ, at first I was like, man, we should compare their policies. Then I researched and realized they have no real policies, so that was pointless. But what do American voters really care about? And I came up with it. Looks. They care what you look like. So some people say looks ain't everything. But let's be honest, whoever said that was an ugly fuck. And land of the superficial, who is better looking and who belongs in the nursing home gulping down applesauce? You must decide. So we're going to go through life and pictures.
Okay.
This is Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden as a kid.
Joe Biden as a little kid.
Pretty respectable looking kid, right? I mean, he's got a fucking suit and tie on.
He's got a tie. He's presentable.
Got some pomade in his hair and shit.
Yeah.
It's all done nice. Got a fresh cut.
Am I looking fucking slick?
He's getting ready to go beat the shit out of corn pop at the pool. Well, not quite yet. That's going to be like teenage Biden.
He wasn't ready for that
So
yet.
which one's Trump in here?
On the left.
Oh, dude. It's clearly on the left. Come on.
That's him over there? Okay.
You know what was stunning
you can see it now that I'm really looking.
As I looked at Trump's life through pictures, he really looked a lot like TJ as a kid. He kind of even there looks a little bit like TJ.
Yeah.
Because TJ has the same kind of haircut.
Should I get orange?
You should get orange, dude. So I'm like, is TJ like a future Trump?
I need a spray tan, dude.
He looks like Macaulay Culkin.
He does look like him too. That was the second person I thought of.
I would say, I don't really think he looks that much like me. He's kind of gangly. I don't know if I was that gangly as a kid. Maybe I was. I don't know.
You're pretty gangly, dude.
Gangly.
I mean, all kids are gangly for sure, but you were pretty gangly too. Plus, like Trump was like a little bit on the taller side. I mean, he wasn't like TJ tall, but he has that kind of gangly body, and you kind of have that gangly body. So,
and this is like teenage Biden.
Yeah, dude.
So this should be around corn pop age, right?
Yeah.
This is teenage Biden. This is Joe Biden circled with Archmere Academy classmates. He graduated in 1961. So remember we talked about
that story about him threatening a black dude with a length of chain plays even less well when
you age that shit like that goes down.
It plays even less well when you see this picture of him with his like crew cut and shit. Like, yeah, he looks like a fucking Klansman or something.
What?
Let's see. Popularity poll: ladies' man, Trump. Oh damn! Even back then, back then.
So trunk.
I'm
Trunk. The New York Military Academy class of 1964 elected senior Donald Trump a ladies' man. He's the best ladies' man.
Yeah, well, he's right there. Looks like he. Look, I will say this: teenage Trump looking a lot cooler than teenage Biden. But teenage Biden looks like a fucking dork. Teenage Trump looks like he's macking on that pussy. So
I mean, I don't know, dude. Go back to Biden's last picture.
Okay.
The one right before.
Yeah. I got a fucking. There's no back. Here you go. I don't know. He looks like a fucking dork to me. It's that haircut, man.
You got to keep in mind what the era was that we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is the 50s, man.
Yeah, well, back in the 50s, he could have been like a greaser. Like, even this dude over here looks cooler. He's got a fucking kind of like.
I think there's a solid chance that Joe Biden was slaying some poontang back in the fucking when he was in the.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but Trump looks like he's fucking slaying it nonstop.
Now we have that's the thing is like, yeah, we're confirmed that Trump was slaying it. He got
I mean, we know for a fact he's there with a girl. He was voted fucking ladies' man by his classmates. And he's walking with like an air of confidence, like, he owns the fucking world. Like, he already looks like he's fucking knows he's going to be president one day.
I always love the irony of the fact that Trump went to a military academy. And the fact he's a draft dodger. You just got to love that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, yeah, you got those bone spurs, man. What can you do?
All right, so Biden's looking better here. As like young
adult Biden,
adult or whatever.
Picture, as we discussed in the other episode, this went fucking viral. Like a bunch of chicks wanted to bang fucking like 27-year-old Biden.
Oh yeah,
he looks good. He looks damn good.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the surfing instructor that your wife cheats on you.
Yeah,
with.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she goes on some kind of work retreat, and there's this surfing instructor that gives this class that she ends up fucking and never telling you about.
Yeah,
that's what he looks like.
That's oddly specific, but okay. Yeah. No, he looks good.
What's up, Mrs. Chandler? Did you want like a private lesson later? Or?
That he's almost like movie star good looks at this point.
I hope you learn to ride the board.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to wax the board.
Trump is looking rougher at this point.
Yeah, Trump is already like whatever youthful vigor Trump had is already started to drain out of him by this point.
Yeah, he's looking very.
He's already bald. The weird hair is already there.
Yeah, the hair is already turning real weird. The face is already starting to like droop a bit and get that roundness going on.
Yeah, this is him holding little Don Jr., little baby in the 70s. I think Trump here is like 31.
Damn,
somewhere around.
He looks older.
Yeah. He lives a life, TJ. He's fucking stressed, dude. Give him a fucking break, TJ.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm giving him a break. Whatever.
God, dude. He hadn't done nothing horrible yet. He has a little baby in his hands.
It casinos to bankrupt, man. That's hard work.
So here's a like middle-aged Joe Biden, I guess.
Yeah, this is him in 87 when he starts to run for president.
All right, so I mean,
he'd have been in his 40s or 50s here.
Yeah, he's starting to get up there. You can really tell. Like this is like right between. Cause he's not going full gray yet, but that come over is getting thinner.
Yeah, his hair's super thin on top.
He's bald.
He's basically a bald guy.
He's holding on to like 10 hairs up there.
Yeah, it's like a wispy kind of thing going on. But you know,
good luck.
He's still pretty good looking in the face department. I'll give him that.
Wait a minute, is Biden bald now?
Pretty much.
He's got like a big kind of makeover thing, like his teeth were redone, like his grooming has like his hair.
What does his hair look like though?
We'll see.
He was that bald in the fucking 80s.
Oh, dude, he was like, if you look at Joe Biden a few years ago, he was way more bald. They totally dressed Joe Biden up for all this shit.
Cool.
Dude, he's got way more hair now. Well, I guess not
really way more. It's still pretty thin.
Yeah, but he's had some kind of fucking hair thing.
Well, sure.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't know. He's still got a good looking face. He looks like he kind of has a car salesman-y vibe, but that's pretty normal for a politician. He kind of looks like the asshole boss that would fire you in a movie or something, maybe.
Oh God, he does, doesn't he? Like some 80s movie, like clean out your fucking desk. You're through at the fucking country club. Too many zany antics out of you.
Yeah. Or like the asshole dad, you know? He's kind of got that vibe going on. He really does look like the villain in an 80s movie.
I bet he was that.
Oh, yeah.
To a number of people.
So Trump, I don't know, man. These guys keep kind of trading places. I feel like Trump looks better here than Biden did in that previous shot.
Yeah, maybe Trump is just going through a rough time.
In the he did have a new baby and stuff in that picture. Like
I mean, yeah, he's probably fucking exhausted, dude. Oh, he's rich. Probably not.
So I don't know how much he was at. I mean, it looked like he did look exhausted. So I don't know. Here he looks a little bit more relaxed and just kind of calm and shit.
Yeah, he's chiller here.
He doesn't have that big bulbous fucking fat body like he does now. And I think
in this image he's like 42, 43.
Right. The hair even doesn't look that bad. I mean,
yeah, the hair looks better than it did in the last picture.
Right. It almost looks like normal human hair. Almost.
Yeah, so this is basically both in about the 80s, the late 80s, like 88 or so. This was Trump with one of his many wives.
There's kind of like a smolder in his fucking face there. Like he's looking at me like he wants to fuck me. What the hell?
TJ's fallen in love with Trump live on air.
Sometimes love strikes, man.
Boy,
oh my!
I use that sound for too many things, but it really fits there. But no, I don't know. He looks good. He's looking good. Oh God.
Oh, old man. This is old man Biden.
Those are those are dementia eyes, dude.
Yeah. Those are the eyes of a man who momentarily doesn't know where he is or what he's doing.
Am I getting ice cream again?
You're doing
a correctly, sir.
Dude, he looks terrified.
Yeah,
he just looks terrified. He looks like he's looking at some Lovecraftian horror, like Cthulhu just appeared before him or some shit.
Kneel before me, earthling. Ah! He also looks like he's at a fucking airport and he has no idea where he's supposed to be going, like what his gate is. He's like
oh yeah, he's reading that fucking board that's always a fucking nightmare to read.
Yeah, like 800 flights coming in. It's like no fucking clue where he's at.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, Joe.
I've come to talk with you again.
How about old man Trump?
You don't get to see his eyes as much, but
oh, I gotta love this double chin, dude.
Dude, he looks like a toad.
Maybe we should eat him.
Oh yeah.
So nothing worse can happen after that or whatever the fuck.
Trump a day keeps the doctor away, TJ.
That's not even a double chin. That's just like a series of little chins everywhere.
Oh no. You know, it's like, come on, dude. His chin looks like the back of a gremlin that's been dumped in water that's giving birth to other little gremlins. What? I don't know. Been dumped into water.
You know, like when they get in the water and then they start and the fucking balls start popping on their back. It looks like that's about to happen.
You know what they need to do with Trump, just like they did with the fucking what are those little fucking guys called? The Mogways or whatever? Don't feed them after midnight. Yeah, don't feed them after midnight, dude.
Don't feed Trump's chin after midnight, man.
You see what happens.
And like just his chin there too.
Oh, sorry.
It looks kind of like a ball bag if you look at it. It looks kind of like a nut sack. If you just look at the chin.
Yeah, it does. It looks like his nuts are about to drop down like
Jesus.
Oh man. And Trump had tried to have this picture removed from the internet. And can you really blame him? I mean, like, this is a horrible look for him.
How do you go about having a picture removed from the internet?
You don't. That's why we're looking at it.
Threatening lawsuits and shit like that. Right. You know, we'll sue your news organization. We'll sue you. We'll sue everybody. That's Trump's weapon, usually.
This is nightmare fuel.
For weirdest feature, to me, it was a toss up between his eyes and his teeth. So this is like some.
So what is this? What a weirdest feature? Is that what you said?
Yeah, this is like a weirdest feature because I was like, with Trump, we all know it's the nunt. Come on, we know that
nunt.
But with, and I actually have an interesting fact about that in a second. With Biden, I was like, I looked at him. I really looked at his face. I'm like, it's either his fucking weird ass eyes or his fucking teeth, and kind of like his like when his teeth kind of fall out of his mouth. Like you see that in like the upper left, like his teeth are falling out. So it's like, gotta push these bitches back in. But his eyes also look kind of creepy and vacant and weird. So I didn't really know. It was really a toss up for me. So I kind of wanted to put it to you guys and see what you thought. If you have a different opinion about it, the weirdest feature though, I'm open to that as well.
I mean, I think you're onto it with the eyes. Like the thing that I'm always drawn to with Joe Biden when I see him now is that kind of vacant, lost look that he has pretty much all the time in his eyes. Like there's very few times when you look at Joe Biden and you think like he's fully there. You can tell he's struggling really, really hard to fucking do what he's doing. That's a weird picture of him on the left.
This is the one that fucking keeps drawing my eye right here.
Yeah, I mean this series of them here.
He looks like the villain from Poltergeist 2.
What the fuck, dude?
He's the preacher Kane.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Which, by the way, is a terrible movie. But
yeah, it is.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, if you want to cleanse your palate from it, watch Poltergeist 3. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, 3 is better than 2.
It's way better.
It has a worse IMDb rating. I don't know.
Well, IMDb is often wrong, as you well know, TJ.
It's too harsh sometimes, in my opinion. How about
this is definitely the scariest picture I've ever seen of a human being.
This is Gollum, dude. This is fucking Gollum.
And there's the beautiful Nunt.
So you know what they people in the UK call this? Cause I don't think they use Nunt. They call it a neck fanny. Trump's neck fanny.
Neck fanny.
He's got a neck fanny.
He's got a fucking neck fanny,
dude.
Which I love. I love this. Yeah, this is Trump's Nunt. And I looked through a lot of images, and I was like, okay, does Trump always have this? But it seems like he doesn't. It's actually if Trump wears like a normal shirt, like a t-shirt or something like this, or like a polo shirt, he doesn't really wear a t-shirt.
It's the tightness of that collar that pushes the folds together.
And he's able to adjust it in some ways where you don't see it or it's not as prominent. But sometimes, like I guess Trump's just in a hurry or some shit, and the Nunt just comes out really bad.
It disturbs me to look at. It really does. It gives me like a creepy vibe. I hope I never have a Nunt.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna have if I ever shave or have to shave for some reason.
It's gonna be all Nunts. Paul's gonna have like several Nunts. Hey, look, it's Joe.
Hey, Joe's on the show. How you doing, Joe?
All right, hold on. Let's put that side to side here. I gotta really fucking confirm this suspicion.
A neck fanny.
The neck fanny.
Yeah, you're not far off.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe Joe's teeth are whiter. I'll give him that.
We're gonna elect Preacher Kane. What the fuck? No.
No. Where's Poltergeist movie?
Oh no. Preacher Kane, by the way, best thing about that movie, but still.
Yeah.
Movie.
So, gentlemen, the way we determine the winner of this round.
Oh, sorry. I'll go back.
You guys find yourself somehow teleported into a voting booth.
Uh-huh.
And all you know about these two candidates
is what they look like.
Is what they look like.
Trump. Or wait, am I telling you who I'm voting for, or am I telling you who wins the round?
Who are you fucking voting for? That's how you're deciding who wins in your mind.
But just based on the pictures.
Well, wait a minute, because it's kind of confusing. Because the last round we voted on who was worst, and now we're voting on who's best. It's kind of a
Dementialympics. There has to be a winner.
All right. Well, I vote for Trump because he looks less. I mean, hold on. Let me just. I mean, if I'm going just on looks, I can't. I mean, you see what I'm saying here?
I understand the cognitive dissonance, but I'm trying to replicate the process of someone voting. So I'm thinking of an very American way of voting. It's like just based on looks, who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Trump, and if it's based just on looks, like vote for whoever's most attractive or whatever.
Yeah, just whatever vapid reason you want.
Look at this. So this is going to be Dusty Smith is going to go fucking watch this episode and be like, TJ said he'd vote for Trump again.
Literally who?
Yeah.
Literally who, TJ?
I don't know.
Who?
Some guy.
Literally who?
Some dude I used to date back in the day. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever. Paul, what are you pulling the lever for?
I mean, is there a gun to my head? And if I don't pull the lever, somebody's going to blow my brains out?
Yes.
Whatever you got to do.
I let them blow my brains out.
No, bullshit.
Okay, I'm kidding. I'll pick. Yeah, I got to go with Trump, too. I got to say Trump.
Right. Trump wins. Damn, the nunt is champion. The nunt is king.
Because at least he doesn't look like a fucking demon that's going to eat your fucking soul.
I want to poke my finger in that nunt.
Me too, kind of.
Doing in there?
So
I want to see if there's a neck clit, you know?
Yeah.
I want to see if
there's a nut hole.
Yeah, you know, I want to see how fucking deep does it go. I want to know if there's a clitoris at the top, you know?
Like, we can see the outer nunt flaps, but are there inner nunt flaps, too?
Yeah.
Damn.
The world must know.
I want to smell it, see if it smells like fish.
It smells like fish and berries. What's it smell like? We'll never know.
Gross.
Probably some 3-day-old
Yeah, this
fish.
is the most disgusting episode so far.
It really has been. Well, I don't know why either. It's been putrid all the way through.
That's awesome. I've done my done. So as you guys may have heard, both these candidates are kind of prone to outbursts.
Cool. I like outbursts.
Who's their cool more? Just how entertaining is it when Grandpa gets his jimmies?
All right, let's take a look.
We're judging this one based on entertainment value.
Okay.
I got a question I want you to answer. We all know Trump has been messing around in Ukraine over there, holding their foreign aid for them to come up, saying
That big is retarded as well.
He's no back for that. But you, on the other hand,
Joe wandering off the stage. We're going, Joe.
Out and work for a gas company that you had no experience with gas, or nothing. In order to get access to the public, for the president. So
I can barely hear what this guy is saying. So
he's bringing up all the Ukraine shit, like
Right.
his son was aboard of a gas company in the Ukraine. How do you explain all this?
right, okay.
access to the president, just like he does. So you
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true. And no one has ever said that? No one has proved that?
I see it on the TV.
You see it on the TV. No, I know you do. And by the way, that's why I'm not sedentary. I get up and no, let him go. Let him go. Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape on? Let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take.
Why are people clapping at that?
Because that room is filled with stupid old people.
Let's do a push-up contest.
Look at that room. It's just filled with mostly old people and kids.
Look at that bitch smiling in the back, like, yeah. Them kids are just like, don't give a shit. They're just like,
That's
whatever.
that old time politicking that I miss.
Yeah,
Let's have a bare knuckle boxing match behind the saloon and settle this, sir. That's right.
Number two, no one has said my son has done anything wrong, and I did not on any occasion. And no one has ever said it. Not
I
one.
didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack.
That's what I
Oh, yeah.
Jack.
Get your words straight, Jack.
I've seen this before, but I love watching it, dude.
Because
Oh, I know. It's great, dude.
but
He's being all aggro. Look at how aggressive he's being, too. He's
Yeah.
like walking over to him like, yeah, it might jump off right here at the political rally, Jack.
Damn. On MSNBC.
You don't hear that in MSNBC. You did not hear that at all. What you heard. Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you do, but look, fat. Look, here's the deal.
look fat.
That's
Call
my
him fat.
Look
Look fat.
I love how he didn't call him fat. I mean, he did, but he didn't like say like you're fat or whatever. He's like literally like your name is fat because that's the only thing that matters about you. Look fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Michael's in his head. He's fat. I'll call him fat. Look, fat.
Look fat.
I actually want to steal that off from Joe Biden. If I ever come with a fat guy, I must be like, look, fat.
Well, you could just use it on me and Paul anytime you have a disagreement with us.
Yeah.
We're both fat.
Look here, fat.
Oh shit! What was the moment?
Yeah, we can't hear what the guy's saying.
Hold on,
but it doesn't matter.
Maybe I can fucking parse it out here.
All right, try it.
You looks like you don't have any more backbone than Trump does.
Oh, he said
you don't have any more backbone than Trump does.
Yeah, I heard it that time. Oh.
Any other questions?
Damn.
Yeah, that's the part. The next one we have is Joe Biden starts with Michigan auto worker over guns. Let's sure you guys have seen this.
I've seen this one, yeah.
This is a pretty recent one here.
And it's subtitled too, so that's good. You're full of shit.
Not allowed to own anyway. I'm not taking that gun away at all. You need 100 rounds. I did not say that. That's not true. I did not say that. It's a viral video like the other ones you're putting out. They're simply lying.
Well, he just clarified it.
Wait. Take the AR-14s and look at it.
Hold on. Hey, let's keep moving. There's a lot of guys wanting to
I'm not worried.
I love the woman who's just like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to get Joe Biden out of here now.
I like how the other guy too is like, yeah, buddy. Like obviously the union boss, like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's not do this.
Look, here's the deal. Are you able to own a machine gun? I said, are you able to own one? That's right. AR-15s are legal.
I was having a machine gun.
No, it's not. Yeah, do you need 100 rounds? Do you need 100 rounds?
In America, with handguns that are what you call assault rifles. Why are you advocating for assault rifles when people are dying by handguns?
So
that's a good argument.
Basically, what happened here is Joe Biden met a Redditor in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of yelled at the guy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, yeah, you're done. Yeah, no, we ain't doing any more of this shit.
Not as entertaining as the other one.
Calls him full of shit at the beginning of it, and then he rambles incoherently about AR-14s and AR-15s.
Well, yesterday you said you accepted Bernie's apology, and now you're attacking him. Why are you doing that? Why wasn't his apology enough, Mr. Vice President?
Right this way,
Why attack Sanders?
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. He apologized for saying that I was corrupt.
This is one of the most telling pieces of evidence to me that Joe Biden has dementia. This like angry, weird outburst where it's like, it's not just that he's turning around and mocking this guy. He's like going for him. He like turns around and lunges at him and gets in his face.
Look at the dude here. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Because this dude was just doing normal reporter shit. Like when you hear reporters shouting out questions, they sound exactly like this dude.
Yeah, but this time it got to him. All right, let's watch it in like slow-mo.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Super slow-mo.
Why you get nervous, man?
I mean, can you blame him?
I'd be nervous too if that was coming at me.
Yeah, like what if you were like walking around the French Quarter late one night, kind of drunk, and that came at you from an alley?
Wait. Like, ah!
No, please take my wallet.
No.
Take it now. Just leave me in peace.
Shut up, Joe. This fucking camera's blocking the fucking controls.
So yeah, he was in old man mode. He just wanted to go and sit in his rocking chair and watch some fucking reruns of Matlock, and this guy was bothering him.
Yeah.
About whether or not.
Whatever. Let's move on.
This is Biden defending yet again his calls to cut Social Security, which he lied about
repeatedly.
I have not wanted to get into, if you notice in the national press, talking about Trump's behavior, his personal behavior. But what he said...
He's making the baby cry.
Interesting fucking thing he's doing with his hands. I've never really seen anyone kind of like naturally sit like that. Like, oh yeah, I do a one clenched fist and then I put another hand over it and just kind of sit there like that. Like he doesn't interlock the hands, you know, like I think that'd be more natural for most people to kind of like go like that or maybe like this, something like that.
Or just rest your hand on the edge of the podium,
like
you
this
know,
or like this or somewhere else, or maybe even like this contemplatively or something. But this weird, like it doesn't seem like a very natural gesture. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting like too nitpicky here, but
I mean, politicians are known to do shit like that. Like remember, like the Bill Clinton, you know, like
and does is a textbook definition of sexual assault. And think about this. But it's more than that.
Well,
he said,
now he's interlocking.
I'm famous. Because I'm a star. Because I'm a billionaire. I can do things other people can't. What a disgusting assertion for anyone to make. The press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
Yeah, take him behind the gym and suck his fucking dick.
No, dude. He
I know
he was gonna beat him up, dude. He was gonna give him the corn pop.
Wish I could take him behind the gym.
Yeah.
Is this from 2016?
It is.
Okay, yeah. Because I can tell that like Joe is way more lucid in this clip.
Yeah, his eyes don't look as spooky.
No, he's still actually making a at least effective speech. You know what I mean?
And this is Joe saying he beat the hell out of Trump.
Is this more recent? Okay.
Yeah, 2018.
When a guy who ended up becoming our national leader said, I can grab a woman anywhere and she likes it, and then said, I didn't make a mistake, but they asked me, would I like to debate this gentleman? And I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Woo!
I shouldn't have said it.
Woohoo, violence!
But then it was told, that's just locker room talk. Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life, a pretty damn good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest SOB in the room.
Well, he doesn't like fat people, does he?
You guys are athletes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's definitely about fat shaming for sure.
Yeah, he's got like a hint of fat phobia going on.
Like I can almost guarantee when you're talking about like dudes standing around the locker room talking about slaying puss, it's probably not the poor fat pimply dude.
Yeah, it's not usually the big fat dude like, yeah, guys, me too. I slayed all kinds of fucking poontangs the other night.
It's not the fat kid that's talking about fucking how much stank pussy slays. You know what I mean? It's the quarterback and the linebackers and shit. You know what I mean? It's the guys that were like you in high school that talk like that.
With the angular jaw.
Joe Biden's full of shit, dude.
And now we move on to our terrific and brilliant president.
Hey, man, you got to be president of the fat people, too, Joe. This is a fat fucking country. Quit dissing on us fatties. Look, I mean, like, normally I wouldn't give a shit about any random-ass fucking person of note or celebrity or whatever fucking shitting on us fatties, but you're supposed to be president. You can be president of the fatties. Hey, how do I know you're not going to fucking do a bunch of anti-fat legislation, man? Come on.
Fat? Hey, fat.
What?
Quiet, fat.
Okay, sorry. Quiet. So I guess it's time for Trump.
I think, Mr. President, I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements.
Challenge me, huh?
Tail end of the campaign in the midterms.
Here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in
Not
this
at all.
election
No, not
to
at all.
try to keep
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your
You know,
campaign.
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual. You know, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President,
that's
enough. I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Mr. President, that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian
investigation
because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
I'm walking away until somebody steals that mic.
CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Always fun. Okay. Next. Oh, another one with CNN. Just can't get along with CNN.
Come on. It's CNN.
Get along with CNN, Trump. Why you always fucking picking on poor CNN, huh? Their ratings are in the toilet. Actually, their ratings are pretty good right now through the Corona shit, but whatever.
I think it was disgraceful that the intelligence agencies allowed any information that turned out to be so false and fake out. I think it's a disgrace. And I say that, and that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do. I think it's a...
Fucking Trump, dude.
Oh, boy.
I hope you watch the whole thing. I just want to just play that part again. It's too beautiful.
Oh,
I think it's a disgrace. And I say that, and that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do. I think it's a disgrace.
Okay.
That information that was false and fake and never happened got released to the public. As far as BuzzFeed, which is a failing pile of garbage.
Everything's failing. Everything's low ratings. It's like,
well, everything that's against him is.
Yeah. Last I checked, BuzzFeed was pretty popular. I don't know.
This is talking about the dossier that said he was into golden showers and all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's something the Nazis would do, man. They'd fucking publish. Oh yeah. They'd publish my golden shower tape, you know.
And my political opponent Heinrich Mueller, he's into the golden showers.
And he also consequences they already are. And as far as CNN going out of their way to build it up. And by the way, we just found out I was coming down. Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is a very talented lawyer. He's a good lawyer in my firm. It was just reported that it wasn't this Michael Cohen they were talking about. So all night long, it's Michael Cohen. I said, I want to see your passport. He brings his passport to my office. I say, hey, wait a minute. He didn't leave the country. He wasn't out of the country. They had Michael Cohen of the Trump Organization was in Prague. It turned out to be a different Michael Cohen. It's a disgrace what took place. It's a disgrace. And I think they ought to...
I like the rhyme there. It's a disgrace what took place.
And I'm in your face, all up in this place.
I'll punch CNN in its fucking face.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Go ahead.
No, Mr. President.
Since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Man, I hate these reporters, too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Since you are attacking
no,
our news
not you.
Organization,
not
can
you.
You give us a chance?
Your organization is
terrible. You are attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir,
quiet.
No, if the whole contention is that they're terrible and they're fake news, why would you give them a question? Right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. I mean, I don't really agree. But.
So I don't really know the logic of, since you're attacking us, can we have a question? It's like, I murdered 50 people, so if you're going to accuse me of murdering people, let me in your house. It's like, what the fuck?
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead. She's asked.
Man, these reporters are annoying sometimes.
Get a question. Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody...
Trump should just take off his shoe and throw it at him.
Yeah, that would be a weird, like, reversal move.
Yeah, like, he's just, like, pull a reverse GW, dude. Take off your shoe and throw it at that guy.
Well, remember, they actually... obviously they went to court and they lost, but they actually pulled Jim Acosta, the guy who's yelling at Trump. Yeah. You can't. He's obviously off camera. They pulled his press credentials at the White House for a while because they just got so sick of him doing this to Trump.
I think that Jim Acosta thinks that being an annoying nuisance is like
journalism.
Somehow makes him like this rogue great journalist or something.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
That's definitely the tactic of some of these fucking journalists. I'm going to be the most annoying presence that I can.
If I'm a thorn in the president's side, that means I'm automatically doing good work.
Right.
So our next clip is kind of reminiscent of a taxi driver.
Cool. You talking to me? Are you fucking talking to me?
Biden and his son are stone cold crooked, and you know it. His son walks out with millions of dollars. The kid knows nothing. You know it, and so do we. Go ahead, ask a question.
But the question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which
did
was,
you hear
what
me?
Did you want
Did you hear me?
Yes,
ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked you.
I've answered everything.
Doesn't really sound like you did there, buddy.
I've answered everything you've ever asked me.
I mean, if he says he's answered everything, I mean, who's going to,
It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country.
It was a pretty fair question he asked. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just...
I mean, you're the one who can't answer a simple question, dog. But whatever. You're fun.
You're fucking fake.
It's corrupt. And you have some very fine people, too.
Oh, his hands really are really tiny.
Great reporters. But to a large extent, it's corrupt and it's fake. Ask the president of Finland.
All right. Yeah. The president of Finland. You care so much.
Yeah.
It looks like he got a hand transplant from like a woman.
Whoa, Paul, that's sexist, dude.
Yeah, don't be sexist about it, Paul.
What?
Don't be sexist.
Why would that be
don't
sexist?
Be sexist. You're a sexist. You're a sexist. Don't
Women
be fucking sexist. Don't be fucking sexist. Paul is lame. Paul is lame.
Donald Trump did was use eminent domain to try to take the property of an elderly woman on the Strip.
Oh man, I got to tell you, it has been a long time since I've even seen or really thought about Jeb.
That's why.
And I just gotta say, dude, initially, like as soon as I saw him and heard him talk again, I was overcome with this like wave of like pathetic failure. You know what I mean? I just felt like
I know, right? Just like, oh, he's trying so. You gotta love the little scamp. Oh, keep trying, Jeb. Oh, you're gonna fail again. Oh, all right. He just reeks of desperation. It's like my big brother. That's like if I run for president or something, like T-Day's president, then I try to become president. I mean, come on, man. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Poor Jeb.
That is downright wrong. And here's the problem with that.
All right, okay.
The problem was it was to tear down. It was to
Jeb
tear
wants
down.
to be. He wants to be a tough guy. He wants to be a tough guy
It
tonight.
was to tear down.
I didn't
the
take
house,
the property.
and the net result was you tried.
I didn't
and
take
you
the
lost
property.
In the court.
The woman ultimately didn't want to do that.
That is not true.
And
the
it was
simple
great that
fact
I
is,
didn't.
to turn this into a limousine parking lot for his casinos is not a public use. And in Florida, based on
Jeb,
that impossible, it is part of our Constitution. That's the better approach. That is the conservative approach.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
is it? A lot of times.
He treated him like a kindergartner.
That's all of his donors and special interests out there. So that's what it is.
That was so true, man. I wish Bernie would have done this similar thing when he was in that debate with where people were actually cheering Bloomberg and shit, and it was so fucking fake and stacked. I wish Bernie would have fucking done something similar to what Trump just did, of just pointing at the fucking bought and paid for audience, and being like, "That's all a bunch of phonies. Don't listen to that."
In Bernie's way.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he doesn't have to do it in the same manner as Trump. He could, but I mean, he could have made that illusion.
And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience, donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. Eminent domain, the Keystone Pipeline, do you consider that a private job?
I consider it a public use.
No, let me ask you, Jeb. Do you consider the Keystone Pipeline private? Is it public or private?
It's a public use.
Oh, really? A public use? No, it's a private job.
It's a public use.
It's a private job.
Established by the courts, federal, state
You
courts.
wouldn't have the Keystone Pipeline that you want so badly without eminent domain.
All right, exactly.
You wouldn't have massive...
Oh, dude.
Fair enough.
That fucking screen cap, Jeb.
Jeb. Old Jeb.
Yeah, that was just so politically smart.
Dunking on Jeb. But the star making moment there was when he fucking attacked the fake audience. Because clearly what Trump was saying at the time was already resonating really strongly with the actual Republican base. So they stacked this audience with like these boo Trump people.
Well, they're doing what the establishment does. They don't want the outsider in there. And I mean, you see all they've done now. They just coalesce around him now. Like, oh, okay, shit. Now he's got to coalesce around this guy and just basically, make him think he's in charge.
Now, Sleepy Joe would say the unemployment rate in the great state of Ohio. No, you're in South Carolina. Joe, you're in South. They come up with you. Ever see the guy that no, it's South Carolina. It's not Ohio. Okay. Then he goes, all right, Iowa. Did you say Iowa? No. He did that like 7 times. If I did that once, it would be the end of the road, right? Be the end of the road. They'd say Trump has lost it. They like to say that anyway, I guess. Don't they? These people are bad people. No, Sleepy Joe. Well, he's running tomorrow. No, but could you imagine if I said just a small fraction of the mistakes he makes, which are unbelievable, every speech? I actually said the other night, I was watching him when he said about half the population wiped out with guns. I said, that's a horrible thing. That's the end of his evening. That's the end of his political career. And then after the debate, they're reviewing him. They said, Joe Biden had a great night last night. I don't get it, Tim.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I really want to disagree with something there, but oof. Oof.
So, who was the winner of the outburst?
Is that section done? Okay. Trump.
Yeah, I figured Trump was going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Trump. Yeah, I'm trying to think of Biden was bad. I mean, lest we not forget that Biden was real bad. But I think Trump wins.
Well, guys, this section is called it's tangent time. I mean, who the fuck doesn't love a good tangent? Listen to our current and possible future president ramble about shit like windmills or water. Thanks, Grandpa.
So how are we judging the winner of this one? Because the last one was based on entertainment value, right? So
this is based on basically like
who's crazier, who's more who has the worst dementia, basically.
Who gets more lost in these things? Who do you feel has less presence of mind, has less idea what they're talking about? Okay,
just wanted to make sure I knew what the criteria was before we started.
Got it. Imagine you're sitting in your room with your grandparents and they go off on a tangent. Whose tangent is basically the better tangent?
Okay.
We'll have an economy based on wind. I never understood wind. I know windmills very much.
I never understood wind.
I know windmills very much.
Okay.
I've studied it better than anybody. I know it's very expensive. They're made in...
It's not that expensive.
China. and Germany mostly. Very few made here, almost none. But they're manufactured tremendous, if you're into this, tremendous fumes, gases.
Yeah. Fumes and gas, DJ. Terrible.
Isn't the point of windmills that they're like there's no fumes and gases?
No, it's when they're manufacturing them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
But that would be the case for manufacturing anything, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. They're evil.
Are spewing into the atmosphere. You know, we have a world, right? So the world is tiny.
Do we?
We have a world. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That checks out. I just had my fact checkers look into that. We do, in fact, have a world. Good point.
We have a world.
Compared to the universe. So tremendous amount of fumes and everything. You talk about the carbon footprint. Fumes are spewing into the air, right? Spewing. Whether it's in China, Germany, it's going into the air. It's our air, their air, everything, right?
What is this
So they make
China
these
thing
things,
that he does?
and then they put them up. And if you own a house within vision of some of these monsters, your house is worth 50% of the price. They're noisy. They kill the birds. You want to see a bird graveyard? You just go. Take a look.
What is this? What is this weird?
Okay, hold on.
This
wait.
is like such a. This is such a weird reach to like what. What does he have? Like what's this anti-windmill tirade? This is like
right before you paused it, he said you would have a bird graveyard.
A bird graveyard?
Yeah, go back a little bit and tell me I'm not fucking.
Okay, hold on.
I caught that the first time too. It's a bird graveyard.
All right, hold on.
Noisy. They kill the birds. You want to see a bird graveyard? You just
a bird graveyard. You want to see a bird graveyard?
It's a bird graveyard. Great. No, a
bird graveyard.
Graveyard.
Let's slow it down. Let's see if we can hear it every.
It's bird graveyard, but okay.
Is it a graveyard or graveyard?
Oh, God damn this fucking camera in the fucking way.
It's a graveyard.
Oh, God damn it! I'm just.
There's a D in there.
There's no D.
That shouldn't. It's
Hold on.
like a bird graveyard is what I heard.
All right, bird graveyard. Okay, let's hear. I'm gonna play it back at real slow speed.
Yeah.
They kill the birds. You want to see a bird graveyard?
It is.
It's bird graveyard. Oh, I don't feel so bad about Netflix now.
Dude, I want to go to a bird graveyard.
A bird graveyard, dude.
Dude, you want to know a famous celebrity that is buried in a bird graveyard?
Yeah, who?
Good old Abe Pagoda here. He wanted to be he wanted to be buried in a bird graveyard.
Oh no, a poor bastard.
We can move on to the next one. This
was.
I don't even know how we top bird graveyard.
I don't even know how to.
But wait, no, I don't want to get. I don't want to get too caught up on just that because everything else he's saying is so ridiculous. Also, like
keep it going.
Pretty much every single thing he says about windmills in this fucking rant is just fucking false. Just put that out there.
They do kill more. They do kill a lot of birds. That's true.
All right, I guess that part's true.
A bird graveyard, dude.
They're
Holy
not
shit.
Whatever. Okay.
That doesn't mean it's not a good source of energy. Still.
You know I'm totally off script right now. The Green New Deal.
It's always a good thing.
Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television, darling. Russia.
That's another windmill jibe. He really hates windmills bad. It's like his enemy.
Please, if you can, get us Hillary Clinton's emails. Please, Russia, please. He asked Russia to go get the emails. We're going to look into his finance. I said, where did that come from?
Dude, hold on. Trump shares a trait with both of the Kirks that I guess I'd never noticed because I'd never really seen him do it. When you guys are talking about somebody that is really stupid You both put on the same kind of rednecky retard voice.
Yeah.
You both have it. Well, anyway, I would that you both do the same fucking voice for somebody who you think is stupid. And he does the same fucking thing.
He sent the emails.
That is true.
All right. Fair enough.
Russia. The Attorney General says, I'm going to recuse myself. And I said, why the hell didn't he tell me that before I put him in? Russia, 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 Russia. My wife said, you never spoke to anybody from Russia, darling. I said, that's right. President Trump is waiting for the Mueller report. He's bad. He's a bad guy. But you know what I like about this? Number one, I'm in love, and you're in love. We're all in love together. We've done something that nobody's ever done. Hey, Don, how you doing? Hey, Donnie. I love you, Donnie. For 35 years now.
I feel like there's not enough context here for me to really get into this.
Yeah, this quick cut style, it's like hard to tell because you could do this with anybody's speech and make it sound like a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like.
Ooh, okay, this should be good.
Well, Iran did do it, and you know they did it because you saw the boat. I guess one of the mines didn't explode, and it's probably got essentially Iran written all over it. First of all, I don't think anybody would present me with anything bad because they know how much I love this country. Nobody's going to present me with anything bad. Number two, if I was, and of course you have to look at it because if you don't look at it, you're not going to know if it's bad. How are you going to know if it's bad? But of course you'd give it to the FBI or report it to the Attorney General or somebody like that. Oh, I have a lot of people that want it, and we're a lot of great people, and it's sometimes you have so many that it makes it more difficult. But we have some great. But Sarah was fantastic, and she is fantastic, and she's going to have a tremendous future. It really sounds to me like a free speech thing. It doesn't sound fair.
So you're not going to fire her,
Mr.
President? You're not going to fire her?
Talk about Kellyanne
No, I'm not going
Conway.
to fire her. I think she's a terrific person. She's a tremendous spokesperson. She's been loyal. She's just a great person. So the wall is going up. It's going up rapidly. We're going to have over 400 miles of wall built by the end of next year. The wall is very important. It's hard to breach it. It's high, it's strong, it's powerful, and it's going up at a much lower cost than...
The wall's in the mail, y'all. Let me just tell you this. Your wall's in the mail.
Dragged on and on until the show was essentially like going over their time. Like, yes, Mr. President. Okay. Well, Mr. President, the show is pretty much over.
They didn't know what to do. They were just like sitting there like, oh shit. Like, and then they had to have like, they kept trying to look like engaged with it and stuff. And it was like really hard to be because it was really rambly.
Well, think about it. Like on one hand, they're way over budget with time, but on the other hand, they have the president of the United States having this insane one-man dialogue with himself and with no signs of slowing down, and his fucking id is just emptying all over the fucking, do you want to stop him?
Kind of, but no.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Okay, next. Strangest moments from Donald Trump's UN press conference.
Total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain. Why has
a brain
so much to North Korea? I said, if I wasn't elected, you would have had a war. President Obama thought you had to go to war. You know how close he was to pressing the trigger for war? We're not
pressing the trigger for war.
Doing well.
You don't press the button, you press the trigger, TJ.
Yeah, the war trigger.
Let me call the Russians to help. We have pictures of President Trump. Whoa.
He loves that impression, man.
Yep.
He loves all those impressions.
We have a picture of President Trump in a compromising tape with the PP in his face.
Where can I get him? Wow, that's a lot of hands. You're with who?
Hannah Thomas Peter from Sky News.
Okay, good. Sky News.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Congratulations on the purchase.
What purchase?
I guess that was one of the fucking
that shit-eating grin, dude.
I guess that was the Sky News. I guess Sky News was purchased or something. I don't know. Trump
Look at Trump's shit-eating grin, man. It's so beautiful.
Thing to do with me.
I hope you benefited. Yeah, you. Guy looks like he's shocked. That's not. This is going to be not good.
It's going to be good.
Trump, the insult comedy dog.
Looks totally like stunned.
He just picks a guy. The guy is like, "Oh shit, me," and Trump's like, "This is not going to be good. Fuck this guy."
No. This is going to be a great question for me to poop on.
Have you ever been picked before for a question? Excuse me, you said where? From where?
Rudal Media Network from Kurdistan region, north of Iraq. I'm a Kurd.
Good.
Good. Love the Kurds.
Right.
Even better than the way.
Great people.
Thank you.
Great. All of them. All them people. Not you. You suck. But the rest of your people. Great.
Great people.
Awesome people. Love them. 10 out of 10.
Mr. President.
Are you a turd or a Kurd?
Good. They're great people.
Yeah, okay, they're great people. I can't take any more of this.
There's actually, TJ, one that is not. I wasn't added the document. It's the wet from the standpoint of water one.
Oh.
I added it in there for you.
You added it in?
Yep.
Where is it?
It's in the document, but you can play this one.
Okay.
The president seemed relaxed at the tariff signing ceremony, joking with one steelworker.
Let's arm wrestle.
Just moments before, another steelworker had wrestled with his emotions. Scott Sarge told the story of how his father lost his job due to
I just want to thank all of the...
Never forgot that. Looking into his eyes in my household, what that does to a family.
What it did to the president was inspire a premature pronouncement.
Well, your father, Herman, is looking down. He's very proud of you right now.
He's still alive.
Oh, he is? Well, then he's even more proud of you.
Whatever. That was... Whatever. Anyone could have made that mistake.
He's even more proud of you.
That's not that big of a deal. This is, though.
Incredible men and women who have done such a great job in helping.
Hold on. Wait. Pause this.
Go ahead.
Something's sticking in my craw about that last one.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
No, that couldn't happen to anyone.
Yeah, it could.
There's no situation in which I'm going to walk up to another human being and be like, "Your fucking dad's looking down on you right now, smiling, bro."
Well, I mean,
like
you wouldn't say that, period. But I mean, people say that stupid shit all the time, is what I'm saying. That's not like beyond the pale. I mean, the story made it sound like his dad was dead or whatever the fuck. So yeah, but
I'll just look at him and this guy's older.
I'm saying that I don't think him fucking mistaking the guy's dad's life status is a big deal. But yeah, I guess it's smiling down from heaven thing.
I think it is, because it's one of those deals that only comes up when you're trying to virtue signal by claiming that somebody's dead relative is looking down on them.
Yeah, sure.
At what other point do you have to account for assuming somebody's parent is dead?
I don't know.
Other than trying to use it as a talking point. Let me just use the death of your parent to leech a little bit of fucking respect and fucking sympathy from the audience, okay? Yeah, your dad's looking down on... that's the only way that you're in that weird fucking position.
But I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say it, so...
I just want to thank all of the incredible men and women who have done such a great job in helping with Florence. This is a tough hurricane.
Tough one.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
I love this one, dude.
Doing it.
Tough hurricane.
Doing it again. I just want to hear that in slow motion.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
And you know what I love about this one? This isn't from an edited...
Right. This was actually... Yeah, it was released in this form. Here you go.
So that didn't hit the cutting room floor. Imagine what did.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There's a few videos of Trump kind of off the cuff where he doesn't really know he's being recorded, and he's just goofy. He doesn't really so much. It's not so much like he goes off on tangents. He's very obsessed with his image. Because they usually capture him before like press conferences and stuff like that, where he'll be like, "How do I look? How do I look? Oh, look, okay, well, good." Like he's just very like image conscious at all times.
Of course he is. He's a TV star. Oh,
shining star.
Okay. Here we go.
I gotta tell you, I don't begrudge us having to sit through this again because it is so fucking weird. But I studied this clip because this right here, it might be one of the most like insane political moments ever.
It is really. I mean, yeah, I felt the same way. I'm like, I know we've all seen this a million times. I'm like, but if we're doing tangents and Joe Biden, like,
oh yeah, it's obligatory.
Can't leave Corn Pop out, man. You can't do it.
And I learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and they weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board, and if you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, "Hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off." Well, he came off, and he said, "I'll meet you outside." My car, these were all public.
So wait a minute now.
behind it.
I told you guys I'd listened to this a bunch of times,
mm-hmm.
but he really instigated the fight with Corn Pop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I didn't realize that because like he was just being a dick. He was a lifeguard. He was being a dick, and there's some stupid rule about black people's hair and having to put a bathing cap on or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because he had pomade in his hair. Yeah.
Right. And so he's just being the fucking dick. So he's not even the hero of his own story.
Well, we kind of knew that about Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden's an aggressive dick. Like, he could have just let it slide with Corn Pop. It didn't really fucking matter one way or the other. But he's like, no, I'm calling you out. This is a fucking rule. I want to be an asshole to you. I want a confrontation with you.
And he says Esther. Was that his last name? Or was that he calling him like a girl?
I think he's
my
calling him a
car,
girl.
there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, "I'll be waiting for you." He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, "What am I going to do?" He said, "Come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, "You walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, 'You may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head.'" I said, "You kidding me?" He said, "No, if you don't come back." And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, in those days, used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked.
He's got, okay, there's a couple of things I haven't really noticed before.
I love how he talks about the... Okay, you go ahead, Paul.
He's got a kind of an ally out there somewhere. He's got some old dude that remembers all this shit that he's looking to for affirmation a bunch of times. Like, you remember how they used to do with the razor when they put them in the bear? He's always looking over his shoulder at some old person out there that would remember any of the shit he's talking about.
Ah, yes. Straight razor.
Remember when we used to... Yeah, you do. You remember Bill Wilson? He used to do all the pools around here. I love this story. I really do. TJ looks like it's painful for him, but I really love this story.
I've seen it so many times. I'm just like...
No, me too.
I love it.
But I love the visuals that I get when I'm listening to this story. I love it. I don't know what it is.
I said,
you got like the bored kids who are kind of mulling around like, this is going to be the president. All right. You know, they don't even fucking give a shit. You're just looking at them like, ah.
I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again. But I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize. But I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, "You apologize to me?" I said, "I apologize for that. Not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said." He said, "Okay," closed the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
What else can you say?
One man stands ready to deliver change we desperately need. a man I'm proud to call my friend, a man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America.
Hillary
Barack America?
Barack America.
To be vice president of the United States of America. Quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me.
Look, John's last-minute economic plan does nothing to tackle the number one job facing the middle class. And it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word, jobs. J-O-B-S, jobs. If we do everything right, we do it with absolute certainty. We stand up there and we make really tough decisions. There's still a 30% chance we're going to get it wrong.
It is my...
I don't really think that one was a gaffe.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, like, yeah, you can fucking make decisions you think are intelligent and end up being wrong. So,
yeah. Mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And
another one of these.
Wait, your mom's still alive as your dad passed. God bless her soul.
Another one of these oops, thought your parent was dead moments.
See, and once again, it's a moment where let me leech a little bit of fucking respect off of the fact that you had this horrible tragedy of your parent passing away.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Only way you get into that fucking situation.
America, Barack Obama.
So what is Obama's reaction? Nothing more than like, it's like, just Biden being Biden. It's like, it's a big fucking deal, man. He's all like, I say thank you.
Well, if you look at Barack, he immediately looks at the source of the problem, which is there's a hot mic like 3 feet away from us. He immediately looks at the hot mic.
It's like, Joe, you're on a microphone right there, buddy.
To heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt, speak softly and carry a big stick. I promise you, the president has a big stick.
Wee! How do you know, Joe? How do you know?
Ooh, it's real big.
Is it getting hot in here, guys? Is it?
Yeah.
My AC go out? Ooh. Feeling a little feverish right now.
Uh-oh. Joe Biden's brain is melting. Ultimate compilation. This is going to be bad.
There's like a longer one, but I mean, look, we're doing a fucking long show, so we're doing the short ones.
Man, you walk behind me in a debate. Come here, man.
Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, being here, and
the county executive on here.
Slow that one down, TJ. See if we can translate it for people. See if we can fucking figure out what the fuck.
All right.
I'll get it. Translate that by Shane Brown here.
Not subtitles.
Yeah, he literally had a total fucking meltdown. Yeah, here we go.
Cheryl County.
I think it might be a little too slow. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe one more up.
Let's do it.
Yeah, do it a notch up.
Executive Allegheny County executive being here, and
okay, if you slow it down, it does make a little more sense.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And we don't always live up to that's who we are.
We don't always live up to it.
I'm just gonna. I don't know if it's unfair, but I'm gonna play this whole thing at half speed.
It sounds like that last one sounded like a Muppet or something. We don't always live up to it, but that's who we are.
30330 and help me in this fight. We can speak out and be more straightforward.
More straightforward.
No, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. Union workers, the UAW took incredible
Excredible.
Excredible. In their future. We don't have here in Miami, in Florida.
Huh?
You don't have a, that is, if you keep
Somebody call the ambulance. Grandpa's having a stroke.
Go back to that one, dude. I don't know what the fuck he said.
Okay.
Florida. I got Florida.
Okay, hold on. Let's figure this out. We got to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Should I put it back at normal speed? Maybe we can figure it out at normal speed. Okay.
No.
Let's maybe slow it down even more then, because I still didn't get it. Okay.
Future.
You don't have it?
Hold on. Don't talk during it. Let's fucking try to like really listen here.
Florida. You have that is if you
You don't have something in Miami and Florida.
You're not having it in Miami. You real stupid at this.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try it at normal speed. I'm gonna see if we can maybe figure it out at normal.
Future. You don't have here in Miami and Florida. You don't have it here. That is, if you keep an audience,
Nope. There's just no speed at which that is any kind of sentence.
Yeah, we need an audio expert to translate that shit, man.
You could sit there and read a transcript of it. It's not gonna fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
That's total nonsense.
Breakthroughs we have with the whole, dealing with the whole. Excuse me. Help people who have or in fact are likely to get Alzheimer's by Wall Street bankers, CEOs.
Oh shit, dude!
And hedge fund managers. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, that one's,
I found that the secretary, we sat together in many meetings. My wife is a full-time teacher, taught all during when we were vice president.
When you and your wife were vice president, you jointly did that together as one.
But President Trump and the Democrats.
Trump?
I said Trump.
President Trump.
President Trump.
President Trump.
President Trump. President Trump.
The demagogues around the world.
President Trump.
Yeah, Scott, you got dementia too. You called him President Trunk earlier.
I know, dude. I got it. I got trunk.
How can a person dignity be maintained?
How can a person dignity be maintained?
Hold on. I just saw a nightmare.
Oh, no.
Welcome to your nightmare. Whoa, whoa.
Never yields. She does not break. She stands up.
The bills that the the future president here, that the senator is talking about. We choose truth over facts.
Yeah. All right. We choose truth over facts.
Keep my recommendation in private. Unlike you, I expect you would go ahead and say.
Expectation for private, unlike your expectation.
I expect you go to private.
That's all right. I gotta see that.
How would you respond if somebody walked up to you and said that?
I want to hear that one in slow-mo.
All right, let's hear it.
Keep my recommendation in private. Unlike you, I expect you would go ahead and say whatever was said privately with them.
Conspect.
That's all in the gag rule, the global gag rule, the prevents money.
Okay, that in his defense, global gag rule is kind of
a tongue twister. That's fair.
Global gag rule, global gag rule, global gag rule. I mean, it's tough. I'm pretty good at tongue twisters.
Yeah, but it is a stumbling block.
NGOs.
Dude, we should have a tongue twister competition one of these times.
Okay.
Are you pretty good at them or no?
Not really.
You get tripped up
by the seashore. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck wood?
Dude, I know some tough ones.
There's fucking insanely tough ones,
dude. The one that I always use is that. Let me see if I can get through it because it's been a long time since I did it. One black bug bled blue black blood, while the other black bug bled blue. Ooh,
that is tough.
That's tough.
That's a brutal
one.
One
Black bug bled blue black blood, while the other black bug bled blue.
Can you say it fast?
You can get through that one. That one takes practice right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like
that doesn't sound like one you can just pick up and just do. Unless you got some skills.
That can be a politics. He can subject us to tongue twisters.
Red leather, yellow leather. That's another tough one too. That's a short one too. Red leather, yellow leather. Say it.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Keep. But you got to keep going though. You got to say it.
Red, yellow. Yeah. Fuck. Damn.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow. Yeah.
All right. To raise a hand to a woman. And so we have to just change the culture, period. And keep punching at it and punching at it. And punching at it. It will be a big...
Keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it.
Punching? Who are we punching now?
Listen.
Go back to the beginning.
Hold on. You got to hear the context of this.
To raise a hand to a woman.
All right, hold on. Let's just watch it.
The thing I would do is make sure we pass the Violence Against Women Act reauthorization, which I wrote. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman. And so we have to just change the culture, period. And keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. It will be a big...
No self-awareness, dude.
Oh, man.
Poor use of euphemism.
Yeah, not the greatest fucking analogy or whatever the fuck it is to use in that scenario.
We just gotta keep cutting away the fat on domestic violence. Just cut it away, cut it away. It's like, come on, dude. What are you fucking saying?
It just goes on and on and on and on.
Vice President, thanks for sticking with us. To state the obvious, older people are more adversely affected by the coronavirus than younger people. You're 77 years old. How have you been adjusting to the threat from this virus? What have you been doing to keep yourself safe?
Well, I've been following the recommendation of our governor, and I've been staying in place, not going out, not gathering at events.
I feel fucking defeated.
Dude, is Biden like trying to, with his eye, with his blinks, trying to tell us something?
Yeah, it was like Morse code.
I'm being held at Camp David against my will, is what he said so far.
Yeah, send help, send help.
And the good news is that, thank God, at least what I've been told by the docs, that I have no underlying condition that would complicate my circumstance. But, look, it's about keeping, for example, we're told that we shouldn't be around our young grandchildren. So my Beau's children, my deceased son's children, live about a mile as the crow flies from us. And every day they walk over through the woods and through a neighborhood, and they sit out in the backyard, and we sit in the porch, and I bribe them with ice cream. But we talk about the day, and we hang out, and, but I'm not able to go down and hug them and kiss them, which I usually do. I'm just following the instructions that... And
this is just rambling grandpa talk here.
100%, dude.
It really is.
And then I have some ice cream. I said, come to the friends. So look, stay over there. Grandpa loves you. Have ice cream. And then we went for a nice walk in the park, but stayed 6 feet away. It's like,
dude, what if he goes like this? What if they're like, what do we need to do to beat COVID-19, Joe? And he's like, well, we need to cut off its air supply. We need to strangle it, slowly from the inside. We need to not just beat it up, but go inside of it and fuck up its internals so bad that it's got to be put on a respirator. You know what I mean? And it slowly, like coronavirus slowly dies while its relatives are on the fucking FaceTime next to them, saying their last words to it. You know what I mean? We really gotta fuck Corona up.
From the Secret Service on, they're wearing masks and gloves. So we're just taking the precautions that we're told are the responsible things to do in terms of keeping our distance.
Have you been tested for the coronavirus?
No, I have not been tested for the coronavirus. I've had, thank God.
Skip to 257.
What's that?
Skip to 257.
Okay.
I've not talked to any individual. Excuse me.
You're supposed to cough into your elbow. I don't know. Sir, I learned that actually covering your White House.
Actually, that's true. But fortunately, I'm alone in my home. But that's okay.
All right.
Still, whatever. All right. Anyway,
Is there anything else? Let's see. Does it go on?
So this is the final section.
Oh, okay.
Memory.
So wait, I guess we got to decide a winner of that last section. So the winner was whoever seems like the most like lost and not sure what the hell's going on.
Correct.
Okay, Biden.
I mean, yeah, I think Biden.
Winner. Biden. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap here. So the quote section, we chose dun 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 dun. Scrolling up. Biden. Looks, we chose Trump. So that's 1-1. Outburst, Trump. So 2-1 in favor of Trump. And tangent. So it's all tied up. So it's going to come down to memory.
And what's the criteria here? Whichever one has the shittiest memory.
Yeah, who's got the worst memory? And this one, obviously, you can take into account everything you've seen previously in the episode to make your determination as well. But these are a few.
One mistake, and it's no good, but we just can't make mistakes, right? So we don't make mistakes. Go ahead, Ken.
Chuck Canterbury, the National President, Fraternal Order of Police from South Carolina.
There was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve. And so here's a good excuse. And I said, Ron, make sure these countries start paying their bills a little bit more. They're way, way behind, Ron. And you heard the Prime Minister, you heard Netanyahu yesterday.
Netanyahu.
Well, I had dinner last night with Jim Perry. It's being discussed right now. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia. Mark Yaper, where's Mark? I'd like to maybe have Matt Blum speak next. And by the way, David Hinckley should not have been freed. David Hinckley was just released. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed, Special Agent Celestino Martinez. He goes by DJ.
Why would he go by DJ? You just said his name starts with a C, dude.
Dude, Trump is just incapable of learning anyone's fucking name aside from his own.
33-year-old Phoenix police officer Eric Erfel and Representative Mike Messer. For instance, according to Pew, a majority of Afghanistan.
Afghanistan?
Good old Afghanistan, yeah.
Okay.
And Iraq. And what we saw at Pleasure. What a name. We just left Pleasure.
No, you... Okay. Boo.
A true and loyal friend of ICE and CBC. The heroes of ICE and CBC. ICE and CBC. ICE and CBC. ICE and CBC. CBC officers, the officers and agents of ICE and CBC.
Hogan Tiddly. Okay, that one was clearly...
Yeah, that was obviously intentional.
I remember the name because I have a good memory. I remember names.
No, you don't. Okay, so yeah, not very good with names. I'm bad with names too. I'm bad. My memory sucks dick. I probably have a worse memory than Trump or fucking, well, maybe not Biden. I don't know.
How about Trump leaves Oval Office before signing bill?
Oops.
Kind of important. Where am I supposed to
Thank
go?
you.
Okay, right here.
During the campaign, I traveled the nation and visited
We don't
the
have to watch his
cities
speech,
and
do we?
towns devastated by unfair trade policies. Probably very, very quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Were you trying to tell the Justice Department to grant immunity to Michael Flynn?
You got to sign the bill, dude. Okay.
And if you're wondering, Trump's done this multiple times. In that steelworker video, he basically does the same thing.
He just kind of wanders off. All right, I'm done. Bye. I don't like this room anymore.
Don't do this kind of wandering behavior. We've seen it like, in many press conferences. Like, he'll just leave.
I think
randomly.
Trump might just have like ADD or something, dude.
Yeah. I think TJ might just
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, because I kind of relate to that behavior. Like, I think that would be me if I was president too. I think I'd just like wander off when I didn't like what was going on. Just like, this room sucks now. Bye.
Having watched so many of these clips with Trump, I basically realized that like everyone around him is basically a Trump handler.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like
they have to be.
We'll get that for you. It's just like everything around him is just like he's just being totally coddled and handled at all times.
South Carolina is going to determine who the next president of the United States is going to be. You really are. You're the ones that sent Bill Clinton to the presidency, and you're the ones that sent Barack Obama to the presidency. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over if you like what you see.
Oops.
Help out. If not, vote for the other Biden. Give me.
Yeah.
If not, vote for the other Biden. Yep. Well, South Carolina. Good news, Joe, is South Carolina did vote for you. The bad news is they voted for you for the Senate because you asked them the wrong thing.
Too bad, man. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I just couldn't think of a better one to fucking end it than this, dude.
And this is what?
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Oh.
All men and women created by you know the thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Very inspirational words.
That's what I'm trying to quote from the Declaration of Independence.
Man, that should be chiseled into a new part of Mount Rushmore right below Joe Biden's bald, liver-spotted fucking head, dude.
Oh,
that is a beautiful American quote.
Forgot what there's actually one at the bottom that's really quick. This is where Joe Biden actually forgets where he is.
Okay, well, I guess that one didn't get pulled because it went all the way around.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
No, I can grab it real quick.
One where he says he's in. I think he says he's in Vermont. When he's actually in New Hampshire.
Okay, let's take a quick look.
I'm really pulled X after reading that dementia list of going like, oh, don't know where you're at.
Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it, and what a neat town. This is sort of a scenic, beautiful town. The mayor's been a good guy, and everybody's been really friendly. I like Keene a lot.
He's not in Vermont, so you know.
Yeah. Where is he?
He's in New Hampshire.
Oh.
He's like, it's a beautiful town. I just love what everyone listening to him obviously knows that's incorrect, and just no one has like, it's actually, we're in New Hampshire, sir.
We're in New Hampshire, bro. Yeah, it is pretty uncomfortable, especially when you're talking to a presidential candidate and he might like jump at you and go, why? You know, so you're like, everyone just wants to keep their mouths shut because they're scared.
Well, gentlemen, you've heard the evidence, and it's extensive. We have to determine who is the winner of Trump versus Biden, the Dementialympics. Who gets the gold for dementia?
So the last one was we're supposed to pick who has the worst memory, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did see Trump forget an awful lot of names, like a huge litany of names.
Well, I'm saying that because whoever determines this round is the winner.
But Biden forgot where he was.
Biden did forget where he was, and what else did he forget? He forgot we hold these truths to be which should just be stock and store if you're a fucking politician.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing he forgot?
Well, Biden's two things that I pulled here.
I forgot what he forgot. So just an example of my shitty memory.
The Declaration of Independence one. He said, the thing instead of saying.
Well, no, we covered that. I mentioned that one.
Then there's basically Biden tells voters accidentally that he's running for Senate instead of.
Right, the Senate thing. Great, yeah. And Trump's other thing was that he wandered out of the room instead of signing the bill he was supposed to sign, and then had just Pence like grab it so he could sign it somewhere else.
Right.
And
then you also had Trump that was just incapable of remembering.
Right, he couldn't remember anybody's name. Constantly called them every fucking other name in the book. The thing about it is like it's one thing to not remember people's names, but it's kind of another thing to just like be like, yo, Jim, or fucking like people who are not named that shit. Like to just take a stab at it.
He can't because like the polite thing to do would be like, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Is it Jim or is it? Oh, okay, Ken. Sorry.
Right, but he just fucking goes out there like, yeah, Mark. It's like, I'm Steve,
confidently proclaiming everybody's name.
So that's kind of a unique trait, I think, of Trump.
Well, Trump has a big ego. He's very certain of himself. So, in his mind, if that's their name, so he's one of those people you tell it's like that's your name. It doesn't matter what you say. If you go and correct him, it's like, all right, Jim, my name is Todd. No, your name is Jim.
Your name's Jim now.
Yeah, your name is Jim to me. You're a Jim.
You know,
I mean,
Biden
to
definitely
be
seems like-
fair, when I first started working with you guys, it took me a while to get KJ and Samuel Kirk down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Man, you guys have a tough decision.
I'm
You guys have a tough fucking decision.
So here's where I'm struggling, because I feel like this Trump stuff we saw was more just like it felt like it wasn't necessarily from like stemming from like a dementia point of place, but there was definitely something going on. I think it's more like some kind of severe like attention like deficit disorder or like some other kind of factor going on there. Whereas Biden, it's clearly dementia.
But Trump showed signs too. But
the way that Trump is like so confident in the way that he's wrong is maybe that deserves extra points.
You could say that. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm not voting.
Because Biden, at least when he's confused and doesn't know what the fuck's going on, you kind of know, he kind of looks like he knows that he doesn't know what's going on. Usually, anyway.
I mean, yeah.
Whereas
looks like
Trump
he does go
just
back
kinda-
and correct himself a lot.
Yeah, and Trump just like barrels through like, I'm wrong, fuck you, reality's wrong, bitch. You know?
Right. This is really tough.
I mean, yeah. Fuck, dude.
I've got to say, I give the edge to Joe Biden. That's where my heart and my gut is leading me. But it's just a slight edge, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that you called this the Dementia Olympics, I feel like I've seen way more signs of Joe Biden having dementia than Trump. I think Trump's weirdness might be coming from a different place.
I mean, I think it's likely that both of them are experiencing
some of it, yeah.
Whatever the front edge of dementia is.
But
I just think Joe's got it worse.
Biden seems like he's further along in that regard. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Joe as well.
All right. Well, we have, after much trials and tribulations, much suffering, much laughter, we now declare a winner of the Dementia Olympics for 2020. Your future president, possibly Joe Biden.
Woo!
Yay. Go,
Joe. Riding with Biden.
No malarkey, guys. No malarkey, or whatever the fuck it is.
No malarkey.
No malarkey, dude.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap. See you next time, everybody.